This video is for class 8 chemistry, and today we are doing types of chemical reactions on the basis of energy change. Now you must be wondering, this types of chemical reactions we have already completed, and there were 4 types, right? It was combination, displacement, double decomposition, right? There were 4 types. Now these types are on the basis of energy change, as you all know, during a chemical reaction, either the energy is absorbed, that means we need to give energy in order to conduct a chemical reaction, or during a chemical reaction some energy might come out, right? Some chemical reactions may produce sound energy, some chemical reaction may produce light energy, some chemical reactions may produce heat energy. So depending upon that, we are dividing these chemical reactions in different types. Now chemical reactions involve energy changes, as you all know this. A chemical reaction involves the breaking up of chemical bonds between atoms, resulting in the absorption of energy in the form of heat, and simultaneously the formation of bonds takes place with the release of energy. Okay, to explain this particular statement, as you all know, during a chemical reaction old bonds are broken, right? So chemical bonds are broken first, and then new chemical bonds are formed between different elements, right? So when the bonds are broken, okay, between the atoms, resulting in the absorption of energy. So that means to break the bonds we need energy, right? So that might be in the form of heat, and simultaneously when the new bonds are being formed, okay, the energy might be released. Okay, now sometimes this energy to break the bonds are more, and sometimes the energy released during the formation of bond is more. So it depends upon the chemical reaction. Now these 2 types of energies are different from each other, that is, there is either a surplus or a deficit of energy during the reaction. So therefore in a chemical reaction energy is either absorbed or released. So when it is absorbed, when it takes more energy to break the bond, and when it is released, when the new bonds are formed, the amount of energy released is more than the breaking of the bonds. Now let us go to the next paragraph. I hope you have understood the first paragraph. So first paragraph generally talks about the give and take of energy during the formation of the bonds or the breaking of the bonds. Now depending upon the energy absorbed or evolved, chemical reactions are of 2 types. The one which is known as exothermic reaction, right? The other one which is endothermic reaction. Endo means to give, exo means to come out, right? Today we are discussing about exothermic reaction only. In the next video we shall discuss about endothermic as well. So let us start with the exothermic reaction. Now going to the topic, exothermic reaction, a chemical reaction in which heat, a form of energy, is given out is called exothermic reaction. It causes a rise in temperature. So here exothermic, exo means to give out, okay, give out, right? And thermic means heat, right? So here we are dealing with only heat energy, we are not dealing with the light energy or sound energy. A chemical reaction in which heat, which is a form of energy, is given out, right, is called exothermic reaction. It causes a rise in temperature. Obviously you will know from the knowledge of physics that when the heat is given to a substance, so therefore its temperature should rise, right? So whenever the reaction is giving out heat, okay, so the temperature of the substance should rise, or the container should rise. For examples, number 1, Okay, when carbon bonds in oxygen to form carbon dioxide, a lot of heat is produced, right? A lot of heat is produced. So when carbon, right, when carbon reacts with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide along with this heat energy, right? If it is not visible here, I am writing it here at the top. When carbon reacts with oxygen, okay, it gives us carbon dioxide, as you all know, but with lots of heat energy, right? But with lots of heat energy. When water is added to quicklime, this is the next example B or number 2. When water is added to quicklime, a lot of heat energy is produced. A lot of heat energy is produced along with the alkaline calcium hydroxide or scaled lime, right, which boils water, that means if you are putting calcium in water, then because of this reaction heat is produced and the water becomes hot. Now quicklime, which is calcium oxide, reacts with water to form calcium hydroxide along with heat energy, right. Now respiration, the other example is respiration, roasting, burning of fuels like coal, petrol, kerosene, etc. are some common exothermic reactions. To understand this better, we are doing this activity number 8, right. Actually this should be done in the lab. Okay, now to show that neutralization reaction of an acid with base is an exothermic reaction. As you all know what neutralization reaction is, it is a reaction between an acid and a base. Now we are proving that it is an exothermic reaction. Take 100 milliliter of a base, that is sodium hydroxide, in a beaker. Add few drops of phenolphthalein. Now why phenolphthalein? As you all know what is a phenolphthalein, it is an indicator, right. So if you add phenolphthalein to the sodium hydroxide solution, it will change pink in color, Now add dilute sulfuric acid, a strong acid, right, to the solution. Slowly and constantly stir it with glass rod so that the acid and the base react with each other and the solution again becomes colorless. As you all know, because of this neutralization reaction the solution becomes colorless, right. So this indicates that neutralization is complete. So after the completion of this neutralization reaction, now touch the beaker with a hand, you will notice that it has become hot. This is because the neutralization reaction of an acid with a base is an exothermic reaction in which heat energy is released. So for your convenience what diagram is also given. Okay, this much for this video. Thank you so much.